Hey all, Tony Bing here. Hello and welcome back to another video for Marvel Strike Force. Now, with the latest update to the game, we have 3 characters that are coming with the patch. It's War Machine, who's already here and he's pretty awesome. We have Carnage and we also have Mantis as well. Now, unfortunately in game we can't see the kits for Carnage or Mantis yet. However, courtesy of msf.gg, the full kits along with their stats are available there, which is pretty great. Now, I've covered Carnage in a previous video, so I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to check that out. But for the purpose of this video, we'll be checking out Mantis and seeing if she's worth investing in for when she does actually come out. Now, we'll look at her stats, and then once we've done that, we'll check out the abilities and her traits. So let's check out these stats first. We start off with the stats first for Mantis. Now, the reason we're doing that is that as a healer, and as is the case with most of the other healers in the game, her heals are based off a percentage of her base health, so it's very important we know what that is before we go in and actually analyse the skills. Now, we can see her base health is really pretty nice. This is at 7-star level 70, I'm not including red stars at all. It would cap out at 94,000 health, so that gives it an A rating, so that's really great based on the skill she'll be doing. That will take a percentage of her health and then actually give that back to other allies. We look at her damage, it's just over 5,000, which is exceptionally low. That would be way down at an F rating, but it's not a problem because she's not there to do damage, she's there to heal, and she only actually has one skill that does damage. Her armour's coming in really low as well. That would be an F rating, but it will be offset to an extent by her large health pool, and when we look at her passive, she has a way to actually regain health, which helps out. Focus and resistance are both really nice. They're just over 2,000. That would mean she would come in at an A rated for both of them, and when we look at her kit, we'll see why that's relevant as well. And then finally, her speed is very much middle of the road. It's 100, which would be a C or a D rating. It's really close there in the ratings. Now, with it being on the lower side, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because what that means is a lot of the other characters that you're going up against will get to fire off some of their skills, and then she can go, and on her first turn she does have a heal available, so she could then top up her team. So again, the speed may be in the lower side, not necessarily a bad thing. But what we'll do now with the stats covered is we'll have a look at the traits and the skills. Before we look at the abilities then, we'll have a quick look at the traits. So it's Hero, Cosmic, Bio, Controller, Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously the Guardians one's the most prominent one, that's the team you will be running her with. Cosmic one could be pretty interesting as well, because thinking of Thanos, when you defeat an enemy, Thanos can generate energy for cosmic characters or adjacent cosmic characters, so that could work out for really keeping her topped up. And when we look at her skills, we can see the fact that they have exceptionally low cooldowns, to the point that potentially in raids with Thanos you could maybe be firing off her heals every turn, so that could be really nice there. Now, just before we do actually go in and look at the skills, I've got a little treat for you here. We've got an exclusive naked picture of Mantis, so check this out. Wow, what an absolute hottie. When I seen the picture of Mantis at first, it really was the first thing that sprung to mind, how much she looks like these awesome fish, so had to drop that in there. Now let's get on to the abilities anyway. So the first one we look at is the basic. This is called Sleep. So if you remember, this is a hark back to the Infinity War movie when she was trying to put Thanos to sleep, so I do like that they've done this. Now with this, you attack primary target for 240% damage. Due to her base damage, you really won't be doing much at all there. If you're charged, then in addition you stun the target. Now when we actually look at the passive here, we can see that when you max it out on spawn you gain charge, so this means it's only a one and done skill in a way. So the first time you use the basic, you'll stun a character, but that's it for the rest of the match. You're not stunning anyone else, so that's a little bit weak there, I would say. Also with this skill you do have some synergies with Drax, so that is nice to see. So if Drax is an ally, you apply Deflect to him when you actually cast your basic. Now Deflect is a guaranteed block. One way this isn't as effective with Drax is characters that have block in their kit generally have a higher amount of damage that they'll actually block as well. Generally characters of 10%, the likes of Cap or Miss Marvel actually have 25%, meaning they don't take as much. Drax unfortunately only has the standard 10%, so it would be good to see that changed in time to take advantage of the deflect that's been added to him. Now, something that we'll need to wait till she's out to actually find out, but it could be really useful. If you run her with a Guardians team, there's a chance that she could actually assist with her basic via either Rocket or Star-Lord. Now, if she does that, would that still apply deflect to Drax, and would that also stack? If it does, then it could make this skill bit better than it looks in the first instance. Now the next skill we look at, it's got a low 4-turn cooldown. You would use this on the second turn, or it's available on the second turn. This is called Empathy. With this you heal self and adjacent allies for 3000% health. I really wish they get rid of the flat amounts because they're pretty useless now with the introduction of red stars. You also heal for 15% of this character's max health, so that means it would be in the region of about 17,000 health. You heal all additional allies for 1750 health and 10% of Mantis' max health, which would be round about 11,000, and then you apply regen to self and adjacent allies. If you're in a raid, you apply additional regen to all allies as well there. So that's a really nice skill, and as we mentioned earlier on, if you were to pair her up with the likes of Thanos and he's firing energy to her, you could have an exceptionally high uptime on this, so I do like this one. Now the next skill we look at is Soothe. So with this particular one, it's a low 3-turn cooldown, which is insane. So with this, it's a bit like Scarlet Witch's healing skill in that you redistribute health between yourself and the lowest health ally, whereas with Scarlet it's with all allies. With this one it's just a connection between Mantis and one other character. From a flavour perspective, I really like that as well. Now, also when you cast this, you'll heal self and the ally for a flat 2000 health, which isn't much. And in raids, you transfer 2 negative effects from both self and that ally to primary target. You clear 2 positive effects from the primary target as well. So it's important when you use this heal, you actually target a character before you do that, a character that you want to strip some buffs from and add some negative effects to. And then finally with this skill you have the fact that the ability cannot target summoned allies, so that's really nice and it is a welcome change, and hopefully we'll see that actually applied to some of the other healing skills, because there's nothing worse when you actually target a minion that's got a tiny health pool in the first instance when another character could really do with that healing instead. Now the final ability we look at here is a passive, so this is called Will to Power. So with this on spawn you gain charged and you get the 100% chance at level 5. Don't think this is really worth upgrading all the way to level 5, because as mentioned already, the charged and the stun is a one and done skill, and you use it the first time you use your basic and that's it for the rest of the match. So bit underwhelmed with that, but the rest of our kit does look really nice. Now also with this passive, on turn you heal for 15% of this character's max health, so again that would be in the region of about 17,000 health. The reason you have this, and I really like it, is to tie in with Soothe, the ultimate. So you've got a connection between Mantis actually charging herself up or healing herself up and then giving that positive energy to the other character with the redistribution of it. So she'll potentially pull her health down and give it to a character that has lower health to bring them up, but at the same time she'll pull her own health up, so I really do like this. Now also with this, just to finish up, you gain 5% max health per Guardian ally, so that would mean up to an additional 20% health there, which means that her health pool could be in the region of round about 120,000 health. So again, that would pull all the heals up a little bit as well. So really interesting character. It does look that without a doubt with the buffs to Groot and also Mantis, that Mantis is the full on healer, Groot's more of a support character now, and you potentially want to run the two of them together. Something that could work really nice actually is using the empathy skill outside of raids when you're only actually applying regeneration to adjacent allies. It's dropping in the middle of both Groot and Drax, and what will be happening is they'll alternate their taunts to an extent, and she'll be able to fire off a load of healing on them while they're soaking up all the damage. So that could be really nice there. So interesting character without a doubt, and one that really opens up the Guardians to raids now that they have that much needed sustain. We also have the fact that when an additional 6 character is added to a team that generally only has 5 characters, suddenly we have to do a bit more theory crafting as to what characters we're going to drop and what characters and team compositions we're going to run, and that's something I really do enjoy there. Now, let me know in the comments below what you think of our kit. Let me know what team compositions you're planning to run in the different modes that are available in the game, and as always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.